Over to Paradise Pennant Candied Fruits. Today we're going to be using the red cherry halves, which are going to really give a nice, sweet, subtle flavor to our dish. Now, we got some chili oil here, and we're going to spray the pan with some chili oil. And you want the flavor of that chili going in there. And you can see it comes right up to the nose. You want a good amount in there. I mean, you could take chilies and make your own oil with them, but, you know, who's got the time for that? Here's red onion. White onion. And the combination of the onions in there is the first good start to chili. You don't want to render too much. You'll get the onions too brown unless you put some of the beef in there and some of the pork and stuff like that, which is exactly what we're going to be doing. First, I like to put the pork in here. Now, what do I have? I have wieners, I have kielbasa, and I have some they call it Canadian bacon. You could just call it ham strips, whatever you'd like. And that's going to go in at the same time of the onions, and it's going to cook down and render. We want that fat. We want that flavor. That's what chili's about. So it's with our knife. You don't have to make even shots or anything. Just cut it to where it's bite size. All of this stuff is going to reduce down anyway and get smaller and smaller. All right, so we got our pork in there. Give it a toss. And it's all a matter of cooking this thing down. And then we got our Canadian ham here. And you want thin strips. You could have used bacon if you'd like. I like to use this kind of ham because it's smoked, applewood smoked, and put it in there. Now this is the start of my chili here. Now at this point, you want to be careful of how much salt you add, which is why I don't add any salt, because you have all this smoked stuff, this kielbasa, this wiener, and they're high in salt content, so you don't want to kill yourself with the salt. Just put a little bit of cracked black pepper. And that is going to be the start of the chili, my friends. We're making chili here in this kitchen. All right. Now, what I like to do at the same time is put the beef and the rice together. Now, this is ground beef. We're not going to use this whole thing. Probably use maybe a quarter of a pound. Now, the beef is good because you get a different kind of flavor from the pork. And just seem to break this up, turn the heat on, and this is all going to kind of come nice and render together. You can see the flavors in there really marrying well. Now, put your rice in there, really important. I always believe in sauteing the rice, getting it really hot before you put any kind of stock in there, really, really absorbing the flavors in the oils, which is very important. And then we're going to add a little bit of Paradise Pennant Candied Fruits in there. Today we're going to be using their cherry halves. Okay? All right, now we're going to move this stuff around. As you can see, all the onions, all the pork are starting to rend down their fats and their flavors. And this is simple cooking. You know, you don't need to be a rocket scientist chef to figure this stuff out. This is just simple one-pot cooking, which personally, I like the one-pot cooking because it's just, you don't have to go all over the kitchen. You put everything in the pot and you just wait. And our beans. Now, classic beans are the red kidney beans. I don't like red kidney beans. I like to use black beans. I find the red kidney beans, the skin is just too annoying in chili. This breaks down a lot better. By the time the chili is done, you really don't know that you have the beans in there. Add our beans. Give this a toss. Now, it's coming together nicely. Now we can really turn up the fire here. And make sure that you hit your beefs. If you notice your pieces of beef here, you don't want meatballs. You don't want meatloaf. Make sure you bring down that beef to the size of everything else. And then we'll add our tomatoes. And then we have some stock. This is some chicken stock that we have. And we're going to put some stock. We're just going to let this cook down by itself. We got some time. Looking good. Chili's looking good. It's coming down perfect. You can see the tomatoes starting to release the flavor. It's going to release the sauce. Stir our chili. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. This is looking really good. All right, now we're going to plate this chili. This is what I'm really looking forward to. Now, I've gotten a see-through dish here, bowl, so you can kind of see what I'm talking about. You put some of this cheddar cheese down in the bottom. This is food. This is what I'm talking about. Food right here. You can't miss anything here. So it's not like you're saying, let me get a little bit of sausage, let me get a little bit of kielbasa. I don't have enough beans. It's all here. Black and white, clear as crystal. Now, you lift this baby up and you can see the cheese right there melting, right? Looking good. Now, you got to give that a second. By the time you're kind of reaching it, believe it or not, the cheese will stay in that area in its form. It'll be melted, but then you can grab it. Now, what I'm going to do is put some more on top, and this makes the dish. I mean, if you really wanted to, you could take this crock and throw it right in the oven and just bake it and get that cheese super crispy. Or you can do it this quick and easy way. You know, everybody's working. You got to kind of cook quick these days. And that's my chili. That is the chili right here. Right? You got your cheese. You dig in. Nice beer, nice cold beer, one of those nice ales. Done.